Hello, beautifuls, and thanks for joining my first video upload of what I like to call Glow Beyond the Brush Presents. Today, we will have our step-by-step full eyebrow enhancement tutorial where you will learn, I hope you will learn how to achieve these MK brows. This is a voiceover, I guess you picked that up. At any rate, before we begin, please, no bad comments and disregard the food allergies that I have on my face. I love tomatoes, but tomatoes do not love me. Okay? Okay. So let's jump right in. As you can see, one of my brows have been previously groomed off camera, and this brow has not been groomed. I will take my spoolie and brush the hair in the direction that it grows. I will be shaping my brow with a straight razor and guard as I did the other one off camera. Okay. I like to wax, and I also occasionally use tweezers, but a straight razor, that is my absolute fave when it comes to shaping my brows. But before we begin with the razor, I will be using my brow scissors to trim the excess hair as my brows hadn't been groomed in a long time. So you can find these scissors at Walmart. They're made by Kiss. But I really like these scissors that came out of a beginner lash strip kit. I think I got it at Walmart as well. These are my favorite. So we're going to begin grooming this brow. So grab your spoolies and brush that hair upward and get ready to trim the excess hair to your designed shape. And you will see that it's easy to determine once you brush the hair upward and just zoom in. You can kind of see my shape before I get to it with the scissors. So pay attention, and by all means do not use a compact mirror like I did. Just stand or sit in front of a large mirror. You will need your free hand later on. While I'm at it, I'd like to give a shout out to Mr. Tina Goolsby of Goolsby Hair World. He's a part owner and retired barber in Oxford, Mississippi. He actually taught me how to groom my brows when I was 16, and he taught me how to do this professionally before I even became a cosmetologist. So shout out to Mr. Tina Goolsby, Goolsby Hair World. That's a tongue twister. Goolsby's Hair World, you rock. So I brushed the hair downward and I trimmed underneath as well. But it still needs cleaning up, as you can see. I don't know what I'm talking about right here, but I think I remember saying if you don't have much brow hair, you won't be needing to be concerned about this part. But right now I'm trimming underneath. After which I brush the hair back in its place. As you can see, we're getting there. So I'm going to use a sensitive skin lotion in the place of soap as I prepare to shape with the razor. So just apply the lotion all over the brow and eye palette area, just as you would soap. It works just the same. Again, I use the long straight razors, and I like to use this guard. There are other guards out there, but I prefer this one. I got it at Sally's. You're going to grab your spoolie again and then brush your brow hair straight up. That's my grandbaby. She's asking me questions. Brush that brow hair straight up, you guys. And you can further determine your brow shape by your forehead space as to whether or not you would like them thick or thin. You can also determine your brow shape by the size of your nose, as well as how far apart your eyes sit. And so the reason why I chose this brow shape is because I have hooded eyes. And when you have hooded eyes, that excess skin that comes over your eyes, you really need a higher arch to take away from the eye fat. And right now I'm using the shape of my nose to determine where to begin my brow. So use the ball of your nose as your guide. The area where the ring begins, the ring on your nose, on the side of your nose, that will help you in determining your brow shape. So straight up, as I showed you, that's where the brow should begin. And then you use the end of the ring of your nose, an angle out as a slant, out where your eye ends, and that's actually where your brow should end as well, at an angle. And if you're a beginner, or if you don't happen to have very much brow hair like I do, you can place your little dot there, and place your dot there, and place your dot there. And then you just go back and connect the dots. And that will help you achieve your shape as well. All right, so let's grab your razor and let's shape. Okay, you're going to angle your razor downward at a downward position, but not quite too deep, down in your skin. And you want to start towards right where the brow begins, but not quite at the beginning. And when you begin to shape, use very, very light pressure. And then you just move the razor towards the front of the brow, removing that excess hair, like slightly raking it off. You will be so surprised how this razor will just take it off. You don't have to use pressure at all. Now you're ready to shape the other end of the bottom brow. As you see, I put the compact mirror down because I need my free hand, and I had another mirror sitting there on the magnified side. So what you want to do is pull your brow up with your free hand and shape the remaining of your bottom brow from the end of the brow to meet the area where you first began. The razors are very sharp, you guys. So please, please use light pressure. Use light pressure, guys. I'm doing a voiceover because I couldn't get my grandbaby to be quiet on the first, and she's still making noises. So hopefully we can get through this one. Light pressure, guys. Concentrating on those angles from my nose. And making sure that I have a precise shape on the bottom in creating my arch. Looking for that spoolie. You're going to brush the brow hair back in place in the direction that it grows. And then we're going to clean up the top of the brow as to line it with the razor. And then you brush off what's left. See, you already did most of the work at the beginning with the scissors. So that's why you have a very precise looking brow going on here. Most people don't like to use the razor because the hair grows back faster when you shape with a razor. But if you shape it professionally, it won't. You cannot forget to brush the hair up and then brush the hair down as you trim. So I'm brushing upwards again, and I will take the scissors to shape it up because I see that I didn't get as precise as I would have liked. Although when I brushed it down, they look great. This is the reason why the scissors and the razor helps you to get a very, very precise look. But you just take a look at yours to see if it actually needs more or not. My brows were very long. And once you get the hang of this, it won't take you long. It just makes sense that if you know why you're doing and what you're doing it for, then it'll be a breeze. So I'm going to check it again and brush down and trim along the area where I previously arched with the razor. And because I have previously arched it with the razor before this step, it makes it very easy to know exactly where to trim. You can even see it from here. So don't go up too high, just follow your arch. Then brush the brow hair back in place in the direction that it grows. Take a look at it. Looking good. Double checking to make sure that there is no excess hair. Checking out your cut. Oh, you cooking. You ought to be cooking now. So we're getting ready to fill it in and define it a little more. But before you go forward to do any other step, do not forget to use an antiseptic for sterilizing. I like to use Bactin, and that's the Bactin Max. It works as alcohol would, but it does not burn. The Bactin Max is very good. I've been using it for quite some time. It's actually is a pain reliever when it goes on, so it doesn't burn and it does not sting, and it actually will relieve pain and kill 99% of your germs. So it's a great product. You can get it at your local Walmart today. All right, let's begin with the finalizing. I will show you how to fill in your brow in the sparse areas with a pencil first, and then with a brow pomade. Again, I chose the brow shape because of my forehead space and my hooded eyes. This is why I needed just a little bit of a higher arch. I'm sorry. If you're not sure on how to choose your brow shape, just Google brow shapes versus eye shapes and just choose your set of eyes, the type of eyes that you have, and just go from there. And you can kind of determine as your preference on how thick you like your brows. Some people like them thick, some people don't. So that's your choice. But I'm starting off with a brow pencil. And I love to use, if I am going to use a brow pencil, which I prefer the pomade, if I go for a pencil, it will be the Wet n Wild brow pencil. I always find them at Walgreens for like 99 cents. The one I'm using is the shade 002A, if I'm not mistaken. It's one of the darkest brown, like a black brown. And I am filling my brows in free-handed, but you would want to hold your brow up with your free hand while filling in to make sure that you won't be walking around looking surprised for no reason. So be sure and take your free hand if you're a beginner and just hold your brow up as you're filling it in. I guess I'd rather hear the nursery rhyme in the background than the yelling and screaming. I'm doing the best that I can, you guys. I will not re-record. But I hope you're overall getting a picture. So when in filling in, just drag it along very lightly to your desired brow shape. I'm not applying pressure at all. It's very light, which is the reason why I prefer this brow pencil, because it's very concentrated. And make sure when filling in the front of the brow that you don't go heavy at all. You should only place the brow pencil on the bottom of the front of the brow, never on the top. You can take your spoolie and even it out later. They do have brow stencils out there that you can even purchase as you practice. So I encourage you to find the one that best shapes your forehead and eye and nose, your overall face. Find what works for you. But the main thing is to know why you're doing what you're doing. And it won't be overwhelming at all. So I'm just moving the product along with the spoolie. And if I see any areas that need just a little bit more filling, I go back in with the pencil. So I'm pretty much satisfied with that look. I'm going to just clean that off. I am using the makeup remover by Mary Kay. It is the best. I have a website. If you are interested in any of our products, you are welcome to contact me, comment, call, or text. That's that good stuff right there, y'all. I've been a Mary Kay consultant for over 6 years. And it has always, since I became a member, been a part of my skincare and makeup routine. So, in my opinion, there is no real makeup slay without Mary Kay in play. We have some of the best, voted #1 skincare out there, you all. That's also a volumizing brow tint that we carry. I like to use it as well. But today I will show you how to achieve this look with a brow pomade. On this video, I am using this is not by Mary Kay, but it's Anastasia's Dip Brow Pomade in chocolate. It is one of my absolute favorite pomades to use. We do not carry a brow pomade like this. And this has been a great choice when I was informed about how great Anastasia Dip Brow Pomade works. My ministry of makeup is Glow Beyond the Brush. I like to empower, enrich, as well as enhance. So if there are more products out there that we do not carry in the Mary Kay cosmetic and skincare industry, and even if there are, if I find something that works that I like, that really works well and maybe more affordable, that's what I'm here for, to let you know. If I found something out there that was better than Mary Kay when it came to skincare and most of their cosmetics, I would not be a consultant. So there you go. Mary Kay rocks, and I love my MK Life. It's more than just makeup. It's a sisterhood, brotherhood, because it's not just about makeup. It's about your overall skin. We even carry a skincare line for men and different products for men. So if you have skin, baby, you in. Call me today if you're interested in Mary Kay, okay? I joined just for wholesale purposes, just as you would join the Sam's Club. And I found out about their skincare, and I have been remaining a active consultant for over 6 years. Mary Kay is not about just trying to sell. The product sells itself. So I'm dipping lightly in that pomade, and I'm actually just allowing the angle brush to do the work for me. I'm using one of my favorite brushes with that angle brush, and that's the Makeup 360. It's the best. So I'm just double checking. Checking out the other brow. I'm going to go a little further with this brow and finish up with concealers. With the Mary Kay concealers, that is. This is to let you know why I call them the MK brows. I use 2 concealers, and that is the Mary Kay Deep Bronze and the Light Bronze. We have like 5 or 6 shades, if I'm not mistaken. So I'm basically I just match the concealers with the highlight of my brow bone and my skin. And if we don't have a shade that matches you, I know LA Pro got you covered, because that's my second best go-to. If I were to conceal the red spots on my face, I would go with the LA Pro girls, and I would choose the green, because the green would cancel out that red. Some people have dark spots, and I have a little bit of both. In some places I have dark spots, and some places I have red spots. But I'm going to apply this concealer with a flat brush. I'm using the one from Morphe on this video. You can get it at Ulta for like $2. It is one of my absolute favorite to define the concealer and underneath my brow. So I start at the same area where I begin shaping, where I begin filling. Everything starts right there. And you drag it forward slightly at an angle and just follow your brow shape.